Notice on our reference animation, our slider traverses this direction from here going here, from here going here. With that in mind, let's create a reference sketch. So I'm going to select this face, right click, and select Create Sketch. Let's grab our line tool, hitting L. Let's drop our first point at the midpoint of this vertical edge. So notice the blue triangle indicating it's a midpoint. Left click here, moving to the right, double left click, moving here, left click, locating the midpoint, left click here, and left click here. In addition, I want you to notice the placement of the midpoints. Let's now hit Finish Sketch, heading to Home View. I am seeing the cutaway for our slider, which will be inserted here and will be traversing this path. Let's enter sketch mode. I'm going to select this face, right click, and select Create Sketch. Zooming in, let's grab our line tool, hitting L, create a line from this intersection. Left click here, left click, left click, left click, hitting escape. So notice this is now a profile as well. And I want this 2 points to be symmetrical with respect to a vertical reference here. But first, let's create a line. So hitting L once more, locating the midpoint of this edge. So here it is, left click. Let's locate the midpoint of this horizontal line. Here it is. Let's zoom in, hitting escape, selecting this vertical line, and selecting our vertical constraint. Zooming out, hitting escape. I'm going to turn this vertical line into a construction line. So heading up to Sketch Palette and selecting Construction. Let's check our points. So notice they are not yet symmetrical. So I'm going to head to Constraints and select Symmetry. So for symmetry, it's always selecting the first 2 target objects and then the symmetry line. So this time, our symmetry line is this vertical line. Left click, hitting escape. With our constraints in place, let's now add dimensions. So I'm going to hit D. Let's dimension this diagonal line and this line and define the angle. So for the value, I'm going to key in for T. Next, let's define the distance between these 2 points. So with that point selected, selecting this point as well, let's place our dimension here. Left click, key in 9T. Next, let's define the distance between this horizontal line and this edge. Selecting this horizontal line, selecting this edge. I'm going to place our dimension here and key in 30. Hitting escape. So it's now fully defined. Let's exit sketch mode. In addition, I'm going to hit E for extrude. With that, it automatically exits us out from sketch mode. So prompted to select a profile, selecting this profile. Let's head to Home View and rotate this. I'm going to pull this arrow. So notice it's in the color of red, which means it's a cut operation. And in addition, I want you to change the extent and select to object. With this type of setting, I prefer our extrude cut will always be up to this face. Whenever or if ever the distance between this face and this face increases or decreases, our cut operation will be exactly the same with that distance. Just to make sure, I'm going to left click this arrow, left click, and left click this face. I'm going to leave the rest at their defaults and hit OK. Heading to home view. In the next lesson, we will create the skeleton sketch of our handle and slider.